Okay, this is still phase 1, upper body, weeks 3 and 4. Okay, we're still in phase 1. Remember, we're giving ourselves grace. This is really a learning phase. So what I've done is we're keeping the same system of working out in place, but we're changing up the exercises. This is a way for you to learn new movement, but not have to be thinking about, oh wait, how many reps and what do I do next? We're just doing a little at a time. I want you to get acquainted and comfortable in the weight room before we move on to phase 2, which you know is all about building muscles. So, not saying we're not building muscles now, because we sure as heck are, but this is really about learning. So, let's get started. The first exercise, remember we're moving through the upper body through our muscle groups. So we're starting with chest, then we go to our back, and then we go to our shoulders, and then triceps, which is actually the biggest part of your upper arm, and then your biceps. Some people think if they go crazy on their biceps, they'll have like super nice arms, and that is kind of far from the truth, okay, especially for women. But that said, you don't want you want something there, right? Right? Yes. Okay, so let's start. Dumbbell bench press. Essentially, this is like doing an upside down push-up. You're just gonna lay on your bench, and let me show you. So, again, I should reiterate, I may put suggestions of weight for you on your program. This does not mean this is the weight you have to do. I want you to feel it out. Like I said in the last video, you should adapt. This requires a lot of flex, and for those of you who are rule followers, sometimes that's a little bit challenging because you like to be told what to do and you like to follow it exactly, but that's not how this works. You need to gauge your own body. We're going to start with dumbbell bench press. I would like for you to try to push up at least 15 pounds to start, okay? And then you adapt. If you cannot get 15 reps up, you're going too heavy. The first set of 15 should be a moderate, what am I looking for? The word exertion. Moderate exertion. You should not be exhausted after your first set. Why? Because you have 5 more sets to follow. So let's get started with dumbbell bench press. You lay on your bench, flat, all the way down, and you exhale when the dumbbells go up. If this is easy, or maybe just not that hard, it does not mean you should rush the process or change your breathing. Focus on your chest muscles and squeeze at the top. Okay, so you will take about 30 seconds to 1 minute rest. Actually, if you do about 45-second rest, that'd be perfect between each set. So I've done 15 and then I rest for about 45 seconds and then I do 12. And what do I do with my weight? If I go down in reps, I go up in weight. Okay, so I would probably, if these are 15, I'd go to 17 and I would keep going up until that very last set where I'm doing higher number of reps, I go just a little down, okay? That last set should be hard. Something I also want to tell you is if you cannot get through all of your reps towards the end, you're actually doing it right, as long as you're staying true to form. Now, if you're like using momentum to get your weights up, then you stop right now, stop. You have to stay true to form or you will injure yourself, specifically probably your core, your back, or your shoulders. And it's going to hurt and possibly take you out for a week or two. So just be really diligent about your form. Injury is important to take seriously. Okay, so we go straight from dumbbell bench press to an incline push-up. Now this is a great option for push-ups, especially for those of you who want to get stronger. Now, you are going to use your bench, or if you're working out at home, you could use a step or a chair, but you are going to, I've got some stuff in my way, hold on. Put your feet out, and you'll go down like this. Now this you're gonna do till failure. So you want to keep going, keep that body straight, keep pushing. Remember, exhale while you're exerting. So for me, it would be right here. Another option, if that is too hard, if you can't get at least 10 reps out of that, another option is to use the wall. And I don't have a wall in view unless I face that way, which you won't probably see, but you use the wall and kind of do a push up against the wall. That'll modify it and make it a little bit easier for you. So that's your option for your chest muscles. Moving on, we're gonna go to single arm dumbbell row. So I'm gonna move my bench so that you can see a little bit better. And you're going to get on your bench. You're gonna make sure, put your knee on there, and then you're gonna have a foot. It's kind of like, it's also called a 3-point row because you have 3 points of contact to the ground. So I've got my hand, my knee, and my leg. And you're gonna keep your back flat, and you're gonna pull, okay? Now, this should be felt in your back, not in your arms, or if in your arms, not primarily in your arms. Same thing, you all know the drill. You go up in weight, down in reps. Once you're done with that, we're gonna do assisted pull-ups. For those of you who work out at home and don't have a pull-up bar, I'm gonna show you an alternative. But for those of you who have a goal of getting a pull-up in this program, this is for you. Here's what I want you to do. Before you start on your assisted pull-ups, this is mostly, I'm talking to the people who desire to get a pull-up in their life. Here's what I want you to do. Jump up to the pull-up position, right? Here's the bar. Hold for as long as you possibly can. And then lower slowly to the ground, right? Do that 3 times. Then go to the assisted pull-up bar where you can put in your weight, and it actually helps you. When you put in more, the more weight you put in, the more assistance you get. So actually, when you have, like, you're like, oh, look how much weight I can do. Well, that's actually the opposite. You're actually getting a lot of help. You want less weight when you're doing the assisted pull-up. So you'll do those assisted pull-ups till failure. I think, maybe not, maybe 15. Sorry, I don't have the sheet right in front of me, but read the sheet, do what it says. Okay, for those of you working out at home, this is a really great way to modify to get the same muscle group. So you take your dumbbells, and it's kind of like a lat pull down, but you have your arms kind of at like a 90 degree, and you're gonna alternate, but you're gonna pull that weight down. So it's kind of like a reverse press, but you're gonna go up and then slow it down. And that will actually use your lateral muscles. And that would be the substitute for an assisted pull-up. If you have a pull-up bar at home, you should use it. And just try. You should try it. All right, next, we're doing our chest, we're doing our back. It's time for our shoulders. Remember, I told you this last time. The shoulders are the way to your sculpted arms. Take them seriously. We're gonna start with front raises. So with front raises, you have 2 dumbbells front, and you're gonna bring them up to shoulder level and down. All right, that is a front raise, my friend. Now these get hard fast. So I would start with a pretty light weight, maybe 5 pounds. And that last set of 8 will be pretty tricky. Again, stay true to form, none of this, right? I see men in the gym doing this all the time. Well, that's easy, don't do that. And do you notice how when you do that, you're incorporating a lot of back work that your back's not probably prepared to take on for you. Again, another opportunity for injury. So stay true to form. What I love about strength training is it really does require some serious focus. And I just think that's a great place for your mind to be, you know, when you're really trying to get that weight up and you have to really like look in the mirror or just really like hang on to those movements to make sure you're true to form. I think that's like one of my favorite parts of strength training. So hold on, my phone is running low on battery. Okay, all right. From there, upright row. I say use this with a barbell if you have the opportunity. You know, the barbell is the barbell, but if you have dumbbells, the same. So upright row is you pull it up and your elbows go up, right? That's an upright row. I'm not bent over. You want your elbows up. You'll feel this all in your shoulders. It's amazing. Another way to do an upright row would be a kettlebell. And then last would be a dumbbell. Okay, so there's an upright row for you. Alrighty. Your upper body is tired. And now we do dips. Okay, so let's talk about dips. Dips are your triceps. It's always nice to have a peaking tricep muscle on a woman. People notice those things. I notice when I see a tricep, I'm always like, whoa, she must work out. And I think it's pretty awesome. So let's see, use your bench. Put your legs out front, straight if you can, and go low. Now see how my elbows are facing back? Not easy. If you wanted to challenge yourself more, you could put your feet up on a stability ball. But I'm guessing with 4 sets of 15, you won't want to do that. If that is too hard to have your legs out straight, bend them. The more you bend your legs, the easier this tricep dip gets. So here I'm bending my knees, and it's easier. So this might be, once you get a little bit more exhausted, the way to go. But if you can, really aim to get those legs out, or even just somewhere in between. So that's 4 sets of 15 dips. The next is a barbell curl. If you're working out from home, you may be doing this with dumbbells, totally fine. I like a barbell curl though, at the gym. I feel like it really does force me to stay true to form, but I don't have a barbell at home. So barbell, start with a 20-pound barbell, or maybe even a 30. Go for a 30. And then if you have dumbbells, these are 15s. I alternate. You don't have to alternate, but I alternate. 4 sets of 15. Now, again, if your elbow's out and you're like this, you're not staying true to form. No, that's not true to form. Those elbows in. Okay. Yeah, and then you're done with your workout. So then you flex and you take a selfie and you send it to me. Why haven't I gotten any selfies? I'm your friend. Send me a selfie. That, my friends, is the upper body. Still phase 1, weeks 3 and 4. Realize it's hard, but you can do hard things. And this is gonna get you stronger and stronger and stronger. And I promise, you will not regret it. You will not regret it. Push through, wake up early, do what you gotta do. We're getting there. Proud of you. See you soon. Bye.